Yo, hello, and welcome to playoffs. Look at that thing above Egg's head. It's
Oh,
season
hi.
55 playoffs. A 5-3 record for the
I don't
FlyQuest
see it.
Red. You don't see it? Look, hold on. To your other direction that you're looking. There you go.
Okay.
Wait, do you see the playoffs?
No, I see a ceiling.
Oh, you're right. I see one too.
Ah!
What is
Are we in the
this?
same house? How did you get in here?
I don't know. Let's talk about the playoffs. So we're
Oh,
starting
yeah,
things
okay.
off against Room Temp IQs, which is a team that has gone through many names. They were the Overturners one season. They were Overtake. They're a team of, well, we can make our name whatever because we don't
Love
care.
overs.
Hey, they made it to playoffs.
That's
Good
right. You know
job.
what? You know what? 5 golden stars for them. That's 5 big booms for not the Overturners, but their current name. We'll probably say Overturners a few times, but FlyQuest Red is a name that has been consistent, luckily for us, since the dawn of FlyQuest time. And it was just a few days ago. Actually, it was less than a week ago. You and I covered FlyQuest Red qualifying for
We sure
advanced
did.
playoffs. And you
We
know what's
sure
funny?
did.
You know what's funny? Is that it went to 3 maps. We weren't sure at first if it would, but because they might be facing the former Overturners, the map they lost to get into advanced playoffs was Overpass.
Yeah, that a little bit of serendipitous fortuity there, or fortuity. I it was a weird coincidence.
Hmm. A coincidence. It's really a riddle wrapped in a mystery, my friend. But I think the biggest mystery is going to be what room temp IQs are going to bring to the table, because are we going to be seeing very similar map selections again from, earlier in the season, or are we going to see maybe the true advanced strategy start to come out from both teams?
Well, I mean, the true advanced strategy is all aim, no brain,
Mm.
and I think we're starting off on that. On just that, we're going to Dust 2, which I think I feel like you used to be able to say all aim, no brain, but and I talk about it over and over. Whenever we get to the map of Dust 2, it's really blossomed into something a lot more interesting. Yeah, you could just coin flip out long every round and, hopefully you out aim and hopefully you get the good spawns. But there's also options. You have smokes. You have so many options for smoking the cross. You have options for smoking mid, Xbox. You have options for getting a really great mid to B smoke through mid doors or above mid doors. So just so many options, so much room for activities, honestly. And so it'll be interesting to see how room temp IQs play that. We have seen FlyQuest Red play it a fair amount as well. And so it's one of those maps that it's interesting to see it picked against FlyQuest Red. It means they'll get to start things off on the CT side.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if this is more of like a comfort pick coming out from room temp IQ, or if they had done their homework to see whether or not that overpass struggle was available before. I think going FlyQuest in room temperature IQs against each other for Dust 2 is definitely an interesting move. I don't really agree with it if I'm room temp IQ, but then again, I'm going in with not a lot of information. They could just be one of those all aim, no brain teams that just knows Dust 2 like the back of their hand.
I mean, hey, that's how I played Dust 2. I try to do what I can and hope it works out. Uh, After that, though, we're headed off to Anubis, or not Anubis, sorry, Inferno. Different
Mm.
map that has the same number of syllables as completely different visuals, and it's that's another one that I would call interesting pickup. We've seen FlyQuest Red kind of flip flopping between the Overpass and the Inferno picks, and so it's always a bit of a surprise. They banned out Overpass to take Inferno.
Yeah, I mean, after what happened on Tuesday, I keep saying last week, but it's technically still this week, and it's tripping me up. It wasn't the worst performance we've seen from FlyQuest, but it was certainly not a winning one either. And I think just being able to have that comfortability to play all the maps in the pool and show off enough to not give away strats for Overpass was really important for the team. But we head over the Dust 2, and as we head over into advanced playoffs, I'm going to ask you the same question that I posed not last week, almost did it again, but on Tuesday, Floofys. We were seeing FlyQuest not really have a ton of advanced strategies coming out to their T side. Do you think now that they're in playoffs and Impact is coming around the corner again for the major leagues there, that we'll see more real FlyQuest strategies brought out?
I'll say this. I know FlyQuest just got done playing in the DreamHack knockout stage. Unfortunately, they were not able to persevere. They were not able to make it through. And so they're playing after a full day of Counter-Strike already. So we'll see how this goes. However, it is room temp IQs making the way up very close, scaling very close onto that A-bomb site. But they're doing a good job of it. 2-for-1 trades. Bibion trying to get in here. She's able to tap away at Temper, but it's not going to be enough. Two Christian and Benito will survive the round. And room temp IQs take the pistol.
Fantastic hold, had the right read on FlyQuest as soon as the round started. The fact that we didn't really see a lot of utility outside that initial push towards B long was really surprising. Or I'm sorry, A long was still just as surprising. I thought for sure after a full day of executes and being able to have that denial, FlyQuest, they weren't able to have that defensive hold nearly as much as I thought they would. Room temp IQ swung in dry and they were able to take full control.
Yeah, I think this is a lot of fatigue coming back to haunt them. Now, it's a full force buy on the side of FlyQuest Red, so losing Vanessa off the back of that super early is not going to be very comfortable whatsoever. A couple of rotators in close and personal for FlyQuest Red. Goose Breeder's UMP able to chip away and remove Benito from the equation. And now, FlyQuest Red, they have themselves a two-pronged attack on the retake. There's not a whole lot in the terms of weapons for either side. There's scouts, deagles, a lot of SMGs. The big weapon here is Temper with the AK, but these smokes are doing a ton to keep FlyQuest Red at bay. They're just not able to get in. The flashes go through. Oh, there's the first. Bibion first one in. Able to crash down, but it's not going to be enough as the MAC-10s and the AK prove to be just too much.
Oh, unfortunate. Did like the comms coming out from FlyQuest to set up that two-prong attack to execute at once, but unfortunately, room temp IQs, their post-plant holds look fantastic. Love the angle from the player watching tunnel against Goose Breeder. The player holding the devout anchor backside did a great job ensuring that they did not get overtaken by, I believe that was BB up above, looking to jump down and spray with the MP7. Unfortunately, just wasn't enough again. FlyQuest choose the gamble stack on the B site, and they're gambling wrong. Room temp IQ are fast tracking the A site. FlyQuest will have to meet them in mid and go for a gigantic flank. But I'm really worried about, I believe, Temper. He's going to be watching from catwalk side and could give away a lot of info on this retake.
Yeah, it was a full pistols from FlyQuest Red. So having Marie up close and personal, she is going to have some knowledge of what just happened. I mean, hey, there's a lot of players here. Ooh, maybe some taps to come in. Breeder removes Temper from the equation with the USP. Still a couple of AKs left over. Not a lot of time left on the bomb. At this point, I think it might be better to try and save for the AK as room temp IQ show up and they mow down everybody in range.
What worked best for FlyQuest earlier this week was the fact that they had the read on their CT side every single round. Room temp IQs, even if there was a big economic disposition, they still had a completely empty site and forced FlyQuest Red to go for a retake. Something that they're not necessarily as strong about than their big defenses when it's a 5v5.
Yeah, definitely a slow start here. It's the way the economy kind of crumbles, right? You have the pistol, and with the force failing, yeah, the third round is pretty much always going to be a fail. So this is really going to be the big one for FlyQuest Red to try to get involved on this game, and they've been gifted all of A. Room temp IQs haven't gone for it whatsoever, opting for the mid control, so maybe some ability to get activated on the extremities on this round. Try to crunch on into mid. They've given up Cat as well, so room temp IQs with kind of almost a litany of options for where they want to go.
I like this idea from room temp IQ. Must be expecting now that FlyQuest Red have weapons that they would push out B or A. And they were right. Mid was completely empty.
Mid was completely empty, and that gives room temp IQs so much space, so much time even, that they're going to look to challenge Marie. And we've seen this. Oh, no. This timing, I don't like it.
I like it.
Marie getting off of the blue box. Okay. Marie still with something to say, though Goosebreeder trying to get involved as well will be deleted. Now it looks like, well, not a lot of time left on the round. Room Temp IQs have made their move, and unfortunately for Emmy, Temper hits the shot. 2 versus 2 now. Going to be an A-bomb site hit. 20 seconds left. FlyQuest Red, they're smoked off. Well, BBN could be jumping up for elevator, but bomb is planted, so that's not a sure thing either. It falls to the AWP of Temper on Cat. Now it's just Vanessa left standing, just looking to save over on B.
Yeah, really, not a lot that Vanessa can do. Love that anti-flash that Marie was able to employ. Everything else was a big struggle, though. Wouldn't be surprised if FlyQuest Red start to adopt a player, maybe Emmy, inside double doors on mid side, just to clear it out mid-round. Because if Room Temp IQ on their T side continue to take full mid control, they can execute from wherever they want, man.
Yeah, I think I'm really struggling for what happened that round, because with the lack of early detection from FlyQuest Red, they really had no idea where Room Temp IQs were going to be coming from. And I think with the double spray down that we got from Marie, it really looked like there was going to be something happening long. And so I can kind of agree with the Goose Breeder pushing out through Cat. But
what is this revolutionary war strat that we have from Fly right now? 3 scouts holding the prime meridian, waiting for the other team with muskets to come by.
2014 Fnatic, eat your heart out. Like, that is hey, remember when 2014 Fnatic put 4 ops down mid and they killed 1 dude and it was actually not a great strategy, but it was really funny? Let's do that with scouts.
I mean, 2014, as we all know in esports years, was at least 1,000 years ago.
Don't remind me.
Those players is down below, but an archaeologist will have to find BB Han later. That's 1 player gone. And through the corner now, we see that aggression through mid. Vanessa, the timing is sound. I like this up above. Emmy with just a deagle nearly mows away 1 player, but the damage could have already been done. Benito and Yup, not long for this world. Oh, if timing is good, but Temper is waiting. Nose around the corner, but guess what? The musket's not enough for an automatic. I know it's not a musket, but even then, the one-shot wonder simply could not prevail. Yup is now the last player left. 30 seconds on the clock and could try to fake the bomb, but chooses to stick it. 1 player, 1 skull. It's Yup on the other side. Leaves it down to a 1v1. Holding it down. Very devout to see. Room Temp IQ have a flawless 5 streak.
I feel like we've watched this game before from the other direction. FlyQuest Red have had plenty of games where they've gone up many, many rounds. To see it happening in the other direction is just heartbreaking. I mean, you have to think that, yeah, there's a reason that this team are in the playoffs, right? Both FlyQuest Red and Room Temp IQs end the season with a 5-3 record, and so this is the point where you're going to come across your toughest battles. You're going to have to be your strongest soldier, and it's been a rough few rounds so far for FlyQuest Red. At least they have rifles this round. But look at how Room Temp IQs is using the utility. Goosebreeder, there's no option for her to hold Cat. She would melt if she went for it. That's a great nade in response.
Yeah, took away almost half of the HP of Climby and Temper. Like the idea of making a lot of noise mid, forcing out the util, dialing it back and looking to re-hit A. Now for the post plan, FlyQuest Red do not have as much utility, but there's the op gone. Yup is good for the trade again. This guy's a demon on A site.
Yeah, it seems like he knows his angles well. He's playing that. Oh, here we go. He's about to try and get control of Cat, but she's just denied over and over again.
But there's a body advantage.
There is.
Log from Marie. No, never mind. I spoke too soon.
2 versus 3, and Yup and Benito again. They're just crashing down. Vanessa on ramp, coming out of CT. There's just I don't even know how you fix this defense. Like room temp IQs, it's not like they've been going for a whole lot of different things. They've gone for cat, they've gone for long, they've played a lot in mid. So FlyQuest Red have adapted. It just feels like maybe the shooting isn't quite as dialed in as it needs to be.
Looks like timeout was called. Time for Sheikh Zula, the mic ruler, to come in and help out FlyQuest Red. You bring up a good point, though. There isn't, like, a clear path to victory against room temp IQ. I mean, we're gifted with the benefit of seeing both teams on the minimaps, right? But, you know, if just looking at it from, like, an eagle-eye perspective, really, FlyQuest Red have to play aggressive in those first 30 seconds and play to get a body advantage. Room temp IQ, they default all the lanes and have a lot of setup to drain FlyQuest CT utility very early on. If you can hold on to that utility, play for an early fight, which that could have been with Benito, that would be the solid start that FlyQuest need to get a round on the board.
Well, again, I have to bring up the fact that FlyQuest Red are in Atlanta today, right? They're all together. They're all playing on technically LAN, I think. Oh, here comes the Deagle, though. Wait a minute. The eco weapons. As soon as I'm starting to doomsay about how, you know, yeah, they're all on computers that maybe aren't as good as they normally get to be on. Okay, Marie. Deagle put to work, and yup, just wondering where the heck their team went.
Oh, goodbye op. Not gonna
Oh, it
see
does
the
stay up
AWP.
there. Yeah, but you could shoot it down from there. I bet. I think.
I trust you. Can't pull
I mean,
up
if
the
you
good
can,
old CS ladder.
if you can shoot a gun on the ground and kickflip, I bet you could shoot that gun.
Like a
That's not that
tech deck.
high up. I'm sad. Somebody made a skateboard AK skin and it hasn't been brought into the game. They should do that.
They were called tech decks, right?
They were called tech decks.
Little finger skateboard. I never had one.
Me neither.
I had weapons.
I remember when fidget spinners were skateboards and
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of where I was going. I don't know. I could talk about Beanie
I thought
Babies.
it was like fidget spinners, comma, skateboards, dot,
yeah,
dot.
see, he's doing it.
No.
He's doing it.
Oh no, it's going farther in.
Wait. I want to see if he can make it fall. Oh,
Oh.
he pulls over Emmy. A little bit of bait.
Oh, there you go. Yup. Good job. All right. Well, first round on the board now for FlyQuest Red. That's a good start.
One is definitely better than none.
Yes, you are right. This is why we get paid the big buck.
This is why I don't deserve to get paid the big bucks. I'm saying stupid, obvious things like that.
No, that's what like real sports commentators do. Ah, well,
John
you know,
Madden.
Football players are on the field. They're gonna throw the old pigskin across. Look at player here. He's about to smash into that other player. Boom! Smash into that player. -3 yards.
The game of football, you gotta throw the ball. It's gotta make it across. Gotta catch the ball successfully. That's what's called a completed pass. Now, if you want to score the points, you gotta make it into the end zone. You gotta get the ball across the final yards. There's 100 yards on the football field, and the football field has 100 yards.
My God, you're a genius. We gotta make a video game series for you.
Oh my gosh. They don't actually make those anymore. I think they're just like nondescript NFL,
Oh,
like
Madden
EA
died,
NFL.
and his ghost sued them. You know what? Because he's dead, you should be able to play as his football ghost.
That would be really appropriate. Yesterday, today it's November, so
that's
we're
right. Ghosts don't
we're
exist today.
de-thawing Mariah Carey. It's already time for Christmas.
Oh, thank God. Speaking of which, though, a
Oh
gift
my
given,
goodness.
Emmy takes down 2 Christian. That also
Good
works
little-
as a Christmas reference.
Good little flick to start things
There we
off.
go.
Goose breeder
Little
activated
baby
from behind
Jesus
the
born
site.
on A site.
Wait, are we getting biblical?
Well, it's 2 Christian.
Strictly one more than Christian.
That's right. Oh! Very unholy. Very unholy. Yup. Unbelievable. And with that, Vanessa, no real choice but to save the AK. The economy's not looking too hot. Got the dial back, and at this point, Room Temp IQ, they're sound and secure for their T-side half.
Yeah, 7 rounds on your T side is pretty darn good on a map that I would consider T-sided when I would consider Dust 2 generally T-sided. I don't know that I would consider it 9-3 or even 8-4 T-sided, but it looks like that's maybe where we'll end up here. Nessa, hopefully, hope it not only able to hold on to the AK, but maybe able to recover this AWP. Not quite.
Ah, unlucky. Honestly, the way Room Temp IQ are playing, I think it'd be a disservice. Oh no. As I say that, Emmy picks up the AWP. I don't think this is a type of squad where you want to bring out something so scoped and you're not able to maneuver as well as you need to. Room Temp IQ have been so sneaky about their angling that you're not going to find a long line of sight outside the first push. Luckily, though, it is a full push towards B-side tunnel. Emmy, if she rotates in time, could maybe take the first pick. But again, full exec directly onto site. You're going to need an AK like Vanessa to hold it down. Retaking with the AWP is going to be a pipe dream.
You just pretend you're simple and throw it over the side as a flash, and then shoot them with your pistol.
Yeah.
All good. Although I will say, if FlyQuest Red, hold on, let's hold this thought because BBon's set up to get some really good kills here in lower. That is an off angle if I've ever seen one. Just holding outside of lower where close to Xbox. That is fantastic. And Vanessa and Goosebreeder clean up the rest of the squad. And now we can go back to that thought, which was the fact that
heavy.
Room Temp IQ don't have much money. Yup is the only one that had any sort of cash left over. The rest of the team's now going to be on pistols. So for how bad this half has started for FlyQuest Red, there's a very genuine chance that they make it back to 5 rounds on their CT side.
Oh, absolutely. And FlyQuest, again, after that timeout, they've been playing very well in their early half. They're not giving Room Temp IQ the opportunity to play for retake. If FlyQuest Red can keep applying this pressure, absolutely. I completely agree with you. We're going to go 5-7.
I will say, and not that this should happen, but aside from Sheikh Zula being the coach, right? I don't know if FlyQuest Red are playing from within the convention center where DreamHack has taken place. Probably not, because that would be really bad for focusing on the game. But if they were, they'd have so many other teams that could be watching and helping with their advanced playoff match that they could just be like, all right, who wants to coach this one? Like, obviously, don't get someone else to play on your game for you. But, like, could you imagine just like, all right, hey, crowd, give us a strat. And you just look behind you and you're like, yeah, let's strat roulette it.
You just have like a crowd of 50 people. Okay, very nice shot. Like 50 people in their chairs going very loudly.
That, I mean, hey, that's what every CS player dreams of. That you get to play your random pugs for a crowd of 1,000 people, you know? So, you know, I kind of ship it. Okay, Emmy, there we go. Waiting for the play out through long. Gets to get one. Goosebreeder activates as well. Double kill. Leaves Benito all alone. 1 versus 4 now for this final T player. And there's a lot of time left to try and make something happen. Does knock over Goosebreeder, but will still be removed from the equation.
Emmy's the big problem now for Room Temp IQ. They do not have a solution for this early op strike. They're going to have to throw an early flash down mid, or even just execute earlier. It's hard to say, but with no real way of gathering information other than facing Emmy head on, you're going to have to gamble stack about where she could not be and execute off of that. Emmy's deep mid again. Jump peek, information discovered. Could lean down to a default. She's smoked off. Room Temp IQ now have the pace of battle. Slow down, but they only have pistols to work with. BB Han's there for the follow-up. Understanding that Emmy is going to be the win condition. You target her, she falls early on. The round most likely goes to Room Temp. BB Han was there to make sure that she could be bait.
Marie didn't have head armor there. Oh no, that is heartbreaking. Yup, still, though, on a scratch of HP to try and salvage this, so don't think it's going to happen, but that headshot.
One more round.
trying not to caster curse this too hard, but I keep saying the things and then they happen, and
Hmm.
a little uncanny.
I imagine for this last round, Room Temp IQ 5-stack push B. We haven't seen Emmy play defensively in that position. Op has always been on retake. Room Temp IQ have been consistently losing the 50-50s mid and A long. But no! They're choosing to face Emmy again on these rotates!
I mean, the other perplexing thing is they don't have a whole lot of utility, so they're not going to be able, they're going to challenge Marie to start this one off, but oh my goodness. A little bit of an uncharacteristic missed spray from Marie. Yup, caught in mid, so it is going to be just a full A-long pressure for Room Temp IQs. Two Christian laying down the law with 2. 2 versus 2 now as Emperor starts to head on up ramp. Beyond trying to jump up the new boxes, scores the kill, and Goose Breeder here to finish out the round, 5-7.
Oh,
Did I call that?
I think you did. I think you may very well be a magician. Hey, where did you get that rabbit? Where did you get your big hat?
Nothing up my sleeves?
Oh, well, no, there was a bird up your sleeve earlier.
No. That was somebody else's sleeve.
And why is there a person in background sawed in half?
I don't know what you're talking about. That was here when I got here.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering where I put that half person. From Halloween yesterday. Thank you, voice of God.
Well, this one's going to be a fast B push. 4 players here. Oh my goodness, though. Benito just obliterating a FlyQuest red side, and this B push is canceled.
Now the reorient towards mid. Should seem like a good idea for T-side FlyQuest, but Room Temp IQ are fully expecting it and ready. Temper for a double. Leaves it down to BB Han to be the last player alive. Good for 1. No ammo.
Oh boy, that'll really take the wind out of your sails. That is just deflating. Losing the push so hard over toward Dust B and then canceling so obviously, and then Room Temp IQ just bottled up everything. Again, I think this is going to be a symptom of, hey, we've been playing high level CS on LAN all day for multiple days in a place that's not our home, so we're not going to be fully comfortable with it. Not to excuse too many things, but, you know, mistakes can happen when you're not as comfortable as you want to be.
Yeah. Room Temp IQ, they have a great macro, but once the round starts, it seems as though they play mostly on their own. We see that singular B defender hold down the land. Great job for the CT side. 2 players left alive, but when you have just pistols, really not a whole lot you can walk away from. Yup was the only victim of FlyQuest Red that round, and now on pace to double up the rounds that FlyQuest have in their arsenal. Temp IQs, they're going to buy up again. Goal now for FlyQuest Red not only needs to be the win this next round, but keep their own economy afloat.
Yeah, FlyQuest Red definitely bleeding out just a little bit. They're 4 rounds away from losing map number 1, which admittedly is their opponent's pick, but is also a map that we see them pick fairly often. So to see it going like this is not a great sign for the playoff contention.
One big weakness, though, that Room Temp IQs have is that they like the tunnel vision a lot. They don't really adapt in the mid-round, and we saw that back on their own T side. As long as FlyQuest Red can work the early round enough, play for an opening pick again, and get that advantage, Room Temp IQ are unlikely to make these defensive switches later on. Way of figuring out how to break open them initially. Walnut to crack. But this could be the start. Speeder's forced to duck away. Emmy's on the other side. Keep on down, though. Temp IQs are giving away more space. Smoke was deployed. FlyQuest Red, with a minute left on the clock, they choose to cut noise completely. Duck is getting impatient, goes for the spray. All it takes now is one member of the CT side to overextend, be taken down. That's going to dictate where FlyQuest want to push.
It's an expensive spray down of the A1S. It doesn't have as much ammo as the A4, so if you get the advantage of spraying through the smoke where you don't have tracers. but the disadvantage where you don't have as much ammo.
Like this utility dump down double doors. All a big distraction to make this push towards catwalk to the top of site. Vanessa unfortunately does fall. That means no body advantage for FlyQuest Wed. They don't win the opening pick. Down below, though, not cleared out. It's going to be all of the players inside of A. They were waiting outside the doors above. It wasn't enough. A great chance to use the macro and great comments from FlyQuest. Unfortunately, though, room temp were set up and ready. Oh, but unfortunately, though, double the points. Room temp IQ are 10 and 5 over FlyQuest Red. Just a matter now of seeing how FlyQuest want to adapt again. It was a pretty similar scoreline, I can't lie. In the beginning first half, FlyQuest went for their timeout. Sheikh Zula put them back into the proper place. Wouldn't be surprised at 11-5 if we see that happen again. FlyQuest Red, at least they push in fast. They make noise inside B tunnel. Slimy's there for the opening 2 picks. Fishing for a third. Unfortunately, though, he won't find it. FlyQuest Red, they try the same strat of cutting noise, albeit more aggressive. Bruce Raider with nothing but a pistol. Sneaks on by into CT spawn. Beyond's all alone. No weaponry to be found. Full HP completely for room temp IQ. We're going to go in the roam mode and look to find the remains of FlyQuest this round, but from behind, it's a knife to the back. The other player caught off guard, but you pick up an AWP. If it was any other weapon, that would have been a double. Another one gone, 11 and 5, and I fully expect a timeout here. FlyQuest Red. Will this be the timeout? Surely, right? Surely? No? Ah, voice of God, you beat me to it. I haven't seen Naked Gun in so long. Oh, it's Airplane. Sorry. Wrong, Leslie Nielsen movie. I like this call, though. Look at that prime position from Goosebreeder deep down in mid. Looking for that crossover, giving the tell to the rest of FlyQuest if it's a full rotate back over at first. And the answer is yes, but it might not matter. You have all the information in the world, but Climbing's completely out of ammo. Horse Girl Marie is good to hold down the line. But it's a double. And unfortunately, Temper's there to make sure it ends that way. Leaves it the Goosebreeder. The one to be the maestro of this play. Not able to find much. FlyQuest, they do fall. One more round for room temp IQ, and we'll head on over to Inferno if they win this one out. In case you're wondering why it's just me talking, I am a microphone hog. I am the king of the farm. Also, Floofys is getting food. So,
Yes,
we're gonna be
sorry about that,
Floofys
but
is
I'm
back.
I'm back.
Yes, I was just about to say, we're gonna interrogate you about what kind of food you got. What'd you get?
I got Mexican, so I got a torta.
Okay. What do you put in your torta?
It's a vegan Milanesa, which I'll talk more about that in just a sec, because 12-5 and Marie on super low HP with Bibian already dead and long locked off. It's not looking terrifically great for FlyQuest Red, and I just got here.
Yeah. No, I get you. Feel
Room
free to
temp,
eat your torta.
well,
One time I got a big burrito with pickles in it, and that was fantastic.
that does sound good, but
You're
now,
the first human to say that.
I like pickles.
I
What are you
like
talking
pickles
about?
too. I do too, but look at the space of room temp IQ. You'd have to have a room temp IQ not to like pickles in your burrito.
Exactly.
FlyQuest Red, this is their last chance, Floofys. Vanessa's gonna make that slow crawl upwards, but the timing of Yup is down. A smoke into a flash, into a spray down again. Yup is good for the double through the smoke. And it
We've
leaves
seen
only
Yup.
2 left alive. That's another for Yup. Could this be 4? Okay, sure.
I mean, we've seen Yup play that position on T side. Safe to say, Yup would be just as good playing from the A-bomb site on CT side.
Yeah, all right. Show and tell time, everybody. Let us see the torta.
Currently, it's in the foil, so give me a sec.
Unwrap it. Unbox it.
All right, we're on Food unboxing. Food unboxing.
We
All
we
right,
can
one
talk about
sec.
FlyQuest in a little bit, but, you know.
Yeah,
Also,
we're
speaking of which, I'm wearing blue. This is not red. I may be inadvertently cursing FlyQuest red. I guess if only there was a way we could get a FlyQuest hoodie. But as you're unwrapping your torta, I gotta ask, Floofys, where can we get a FlyQuest hoodie?
well. I think you go to the FlyQuest website. I don't actually know
Oh,
myself.
oh, FlyQuest.gg.
FlyQuest.gg.
Oh, I've heard of FlyQuest.gg.
Here we
And
go.
there you can get yourself, oh my god, you can't get yourself an amazing torta like that on FlyQuest.gg. No organization's perfect. But you can get yourself some swaggy, new hoodies that look fantastic. Unfortunately, I am not swaggy, nor am I a sweet, delicious, edible torta. So I've failed twice over tonight. But you don't have to
Oh,
fail like us. You could get yourself a torta and an amazing hoodie at FlyQuest.gg.
yeah, FlyQuest.gg. You know, it's getting to be about that season. The temperatures are dropping. It's about the season for a nice hoodie or a sweater, something like that. But for now, I think we should toss it to a quick break before next map starts. So we are going to be going to Inferno. That is FlyQuest map pick. Here's hoping we get a comeback and we make it to map number 3, Mirage.
You
See
just
you in
want to eat
just a
your
few
torta.
minutes. I do. Just let me go to break. Don't go anywhere.